Hey guys, I'm down at the Petaluma River. I'm going to try some striped bass fishing. It's kind of noisy down here and this camera doesn't have a mic jack, so I apologize if the sound sucks, and if the wind comes up later it's probably going to be really bad, so sorry about that. But here's what I'm using for bait. I'm going to use live mudsuckers, and I just catch my own like right around the shore. I just use a little ultralight rig like that and a worm with like a size 10 hook. So if I catch one, I'll show you what they look like and how I rig them up. I'm having trouble catching a mudsucker because the tide is so far out there. They like to hide in these little rocks around the edges, but the water is so far out they're all uncovered. So I'm kind of struggling here. Can't start fishing until I can catch one. Well, I'm learning something new here today. I've been trying for about a half hour and I can't catch a mudsucker. They won't bite. Normally this time of year in the fall you just throw a worm out there and you can get a bite on almost every cast. Sometimes they can be kind of hard to hook, but usually they'll bite. And I think it's because the tide's out so far. I think they hide up closer to the shore in the rocks and in the mud, so they may just stay buried in the mud when the tide's out there and you can't catch them. So that's the downside of using your own bait. If you can't catch any bait, you can't start fishing. So here's what ended up happening. I tried and I could never catch a mudsucker. So I ended up giving up and coming home. I didn't happen to bring any frozen anchovies along or anything for a backup, but I live within walking distance, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And I was just gonna scrap the whole video idea. Then I went back in the afternoon and I ended up catching a nice striper, an 18.5 incher, a keeper. They have to be 18 inches. And this is only about the third keeper I've ever caught. So I'm like, wow, hopefully I can work that into the video somehow, because I got some footage of it, not the actual fight, but I did, you know, get some video of the actual fish after I got it in. So I will put that in. And you know what? The wind came up really bad and the wind noise is horrible in the video. So I'm just going to take the sound out and add some music, because the wind noise in videos drives me absolutely crazy. So the way I ended up rigging that up, the mudsucker is just had about a 2.5 foot leader like this and a sliding sinker. You just I clipped on, I think it was a 1/2 ounce sinker. You got a swivel here, and I used a Gamakatsu size 5/0 circle hook, and the way I hooked my mudsucker was up through the lips, but I was getting hits and I wasn't hooking up. So then what I ended up doing is, just rather than going through both lips, I just went through the top lip. I just kind of went inside his mouth and just up through the top lip on the mudsucker, and that's when I ended up hooking up with that nice striper. So whether that way is better or not, I'm not sure. I'm always experimenting with something and trying to find a better way, but stripers are so unpredictable, it's hard to ever get it figured out. So I will show you guys the footage of the striper, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. One more thing, I actually did a video of how to catch mudsuckers, and I actually caught a mudsucker in that one, and I show you what they look like and how to hook them and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, in fact that's actually one of my more popular videos, but if you're interested in that one, I will put the link to it below.